Right, today we're with a customer that is having problems. Basically his radio isn't working anymore, it just suddenly stopped. So yeah, come out to see what's going on. I've already made a head start. I wanted to get it diagnosed before I filmed it. So, bit of a head scratcher, but basically first thing to do, turn the ignition on, no radio. So the next thing I'll do, as you would, go straight to the radio fuse, which is on the driver's side underneath the accelerator pedal. There's a little fuse box there, and then right underneath, you're probably not going to see it, oh yes you are, is all the fuses. And you can see at the top right hand side, radio 15 amp. Tested that, there's power there. So you'd think, oh, it must be a wiring issue, but what you always want to do in that circumstance is just to go through all of them, go through all the fuses, test all of them with a test light. And doing that, I found down here there's a little 15 amp which is accessory, which is right there, that was blown. So I stuck another fuse in, turned the key on to the accessory position, and it blew instantly. So he's like, right, okay, so something on the accessory circuit is blowing the fuse. Could be a number of things: cigarette lighter socket, wiring to it, radio steel, anything on that accessory circuit. So what I ended up doing was removing the radio fuse, turning the ignition back on, and it still blew. So I was like, that's weird, because we've cut the power to the radio, but it's still blowing. So I tested all the cigarette lighter sockets for continuity, and none of them were earthing out on the actual socket itself. So I was like, okay. So in the end, I removed the radio and had a look behind, and doing so, I've already uploaded another video of how to remove the radio. Really easy, but yeah, check out that video to see how you remove it. But doing that, as soon as I pulled the radio out, the fuse stopped blowing and the radio worked. So I kept the radio switched on. As soon as I pressed it back in to its location slots, it blew again. So it was like, okay, so there's got to be a wiring issue. So I've pulled the radio unit back out. I wish I filmed it all for you, but there you go, but I'll try and explain it as best I can. So this is your radio plug with another little separate plug that goes into it, and then obviously your antenna. And all I done was just looked, visually checked the tape wrap just for any nicks or indentations, and then when I came over to this side, it was flat, but only ever so slightly. And these are your powers and ignitions. And so I cut the tape apart, and doing so, I found that little nick right there where my nail is. And basically what had happened is, I don't know if this radio's been out before, I'll have to speak to the customer. It's a pretty straight, genuine car, untouched, so I don't think it has. But from what I can gather, was it was sitting up here, and with the radios, they're on slots, and I think it was slotted in and trapped them wires. Now this didn't happen straight away, over time, rubbing, vibration, and it's slightly rubbed through, and that's what's caused it. So if you're having the same issue on a Grand Vitara Suzuki, this is the 2011 model. I don't know how many years they ran for in this shape, but yeah, if you're having the same problem where the accessory fuse is blowing but not the radio fuse, it's always worth just pull the radio out, put another fuse in, see if it happens again. It's just a process of elimination. This was a bit of a weird one for me, but yeah, took my time and we found it, and it's just caused by that tiny little nick there. So what we'll do is we'll retape all of this, and then we'll relocate the wiring. I'll probably cable tie it behind here, so when we push the radio in, it's not going to get trapped in between. And then yeah, job done. Okay, hope this helps. Cheers.